Welcome, and this is Badu's Unscripted. If you just joined, please don't go anywhere. We have a lot of goodies for you. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on all our social media handles at Badu's Unscripted. Today, I have with me a gentleman, very fine one at that. He has two imaginary daughters, Apele and Amele. Have you ever seen someone eat Fula Fulani, and also ice cream soakings all at a time? Well, he's full of surprises. He's no other than my own buddy. Yeah, Ofosu Larbi. Apele.
And Amele.
You can call him one Kawawa. Yeah.
Badu.
Please, who are you?
I think this is a very difficult question. It's really difficult to answer a question like this. So who is Yao? I'd say I'm a journalist, as you mentioned in your brief, and a good one at that. And my life revolves around my work now, so that's just about it.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about your childhood. How was it like?
I grew up in Kwashiman. My mom and my dad, first child, so I got a lot of attention. I didn't have any sibling until after 7 years, so I got a lot of attention. I had a very happy childhood, I should say. So Kwashiman, I went to school in Kwashiman, Happy Kids School. That's where I schooled from crèche all the way up to class 6, and then we moved. So my mom and dad moved to Kaswa, and then that's where I stayed to do GSS. Then later we came back to Dansoman, and as you know, that's where I still live now. So yeah, that's just about it. But I mean, my childhood was like a really exciting time for me. I think the experiences were good because my father always wanted us to do, different things. So when I was young, somewhere in kindergarten, around 4 or 5 years, I got introduced to the piano. So I was playing the piano at that very young age. Yeah.
Right.
I remember we used to go out to churches, to events, just to play the piano, and then it was really exciting. But when I got to class 5, I stopped because my music teacher was too mean, so I just stopped. And then yeah, but I mean, I think that was one of the things that broke my mother's heart. But I mean, I got tired of it really because I wasn't interested in it. I was doing it because my father wanted me to. But I mean, I think that it was a really, really exciting childhood.
I could see from one picture where your dad was it your dad or with your mom?
Yeah.
Very beautiful. You were smiling with a very big smile.
Yeah, I know. I think I was wearing my dad's cap.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really good picture. I mean, my head was big enough to wear my dad's cap at that age. So
going on to senior high school.
I went to St. Augustine's College because my dad didn't want me to go to Achimota School. And he didn't want me to go to Achimota School because when I was young, I was effeminate. I mean, when I say effeminate, I mean I used to play with girls a lot. I was always around girls. I was that boy that nobody would select if you are going to play football because everybody thought that I just couldn't. And so I used to play ampe with the girls, keeping rope, whatever. But yeah, it was a really exciting time for me. So my dad didn't want me to go to a mixed school and then stay around girls more, so that you know how they think. So he asked me not to go to a mixed school, but I really wanted to go to Achimota. I think if I have a chance to go back to secondary school, I'll go to Achimota School. But St. Augustine's was an incredible place for me. It changed me. It changed my mindset. It changed so many things about me, and I think that it also gave me an opportunity to meet so many really, really good people who have become lifelong friends for me. And so yeah, I mean, St. Augustine's was
any particular moment, any memory from senior high school?
A lot of the memories I have of senior high school was me being a very bad boy.
Tell me.
Yeah, because I think when I went to secondary school, so I met all of these guys, and it was really exciting because I had never been in a place where there are so many guys. Because in my house, it's my mother, my grandmother, my aunties. It was just a female-dominated house, so I never got a chance to watch wrestling if I wanted to. I had to watch Acapulco Bay. I had to watch Esmeralda and those things,
Yeah,
so it was so when I got to Augusto and I met so many boys, I was just so excited. So every memory I have of St. Augustine's was me being a bad boy, and they were doing things like going to town, having fun, meeting people. I remember, but one of the things that I really remember was back in Ogasco, you know, they were not showing matches for us to watch. And you know how much I love football.
Yes, yes.
So we used to go to town to watch matches. And there was this one time we went to watch a match. I think it was Manchester United and Chelsea. So the viewing center was close to the Cape Coast Castle, which is also close to the sea. So the fishermen used to come there a lot. And if you know the fishermen, you know how built they are, how big they are and stuff. Yeah. And I was really, really small. So we had scored, and then I was celebrating. And then these guys were very angry. and then ASEAN got the ball, and I was like, oh man, I said ASEAN don't know, you know, that kind of thing. And then one of the guys said, hey, that's somebody. and then like when I saw the guy, I was really shocked because I hadn't seen anyone that big before, you know. So those were like really, really good experiences for me. I mean, Cape Coast was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your choice of food is weird.
My choice of food. I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's weird yet because I don't eat rice and okra stew. I can't eat that, so it's not that weird. That's like extreme weird for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I can do gari and fan ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's
like,
nice.
I can do gari and fan ice and buffaloes.
You know, what a combination.
Yeah, because you know that's nice. You know it's nice. You know it's nice. I made you eat it once, so you know it's nice.
Well, why do you laugh at someone saying awache?
So the first time I heard someone say awache was when I went to KNUST.
Okay.
And I was surprised. I got there and then we were
Talia.
like, me pacho wachi is like awache. What was it? I'm like, what is awache? And then I was like, me to macaroni. The woman says talia. Me to salad. The woman says nyoma. Me to wile. The woman says kebru. I'm like, what the hell is this place? Like, why is everything so different here? You know, so I mean, it was really exciting for me because it was a new experience. I'd never heard anything like that. Yeah. But I mean, Kumasi was also a really good place for me to learn so many things. It made me learn a lot about Ghana. You know, I learned a lot about, you know, the Ashanti Kingdom in itself, which was particularly good for me. I really enjoyed Kumasi. So I mean, anytime I try to talk to people on an educational level, I tell them to try to go around the country. Yeah. So, you know, there are people.
There's a lot.
Exactly. There's a lot to see.
Yeah.
Because I know people who went to St. Andrews. They went to St. Andrews in Medina. Then they went to Presec, which is like just a walking distance. Then after St. Andrews, they go to Presec. Then they go to Legon, which is like in the same place. Yes. Then after Legon, they come back and do their masters in Legon. And then they work in Accra. You know, so they're so far from reality. You don't sort of know anything about the country that you live in. But I wanted something different. So Accra, Cape Coast, Kumasi, and then, you know, because of journalism, I've been able to go around a bit. So yeah.
Why journalism?
So I think that it was journalism because it was one of the things that I developed interest in at a very young age. Anybody who knows me from my childhood, anybody who I'm sure anybody who from my primary school who watches this would not be surprised, you know, see me on TV, see me on radio, see my writing and everything, because they always knew that I was going to take this path. Yeah, I started very, very young. I mean, somewhere in primary 3 or primary 5 when I developed a really huge interest in reading and writing. It had always been journalism for me, but there was just a little switch because my dad wanted me to become a political journalist, like Kwesi Pratt and Kweku Bako and those guys. But I mean, over a period of time, I lost interest in politics entirely. So I just decided to do something that I love. So what did I love? And I think sports was like a really good opportunity for me to show that I could do journalism. But so if you carefully look at the stories that I don't do the normal mainstream sports stories where, you know, you're talking about the goals this guy scored, how many goals, how many, you know, it gets boring when you talk about sports like that. It has to go beyond it. So for instance, if you want to know someone like Stephen Appiah, where did Stephen Appiah grow up? Who were the people who he was playing with when he was young? People like that need their stories to be told from a different way. The story of Stephen Appiah doesn't start from when he became Stephen Appiah. It doesn't start from when he started playing at Juventus or when he was playing at Fenerbahce. It started from when he was a very young boy in Choco. So those are stories that we have to tell. And when we tell stories like that, it projects the places where these people came from. And then it makes the places also very relevant to many of us. Because a lot of people in Ghana, they get accustomed, and they tend to like your stories when they are based on human interest. So if you sort of know where this guy comes from,
It's
if you know how this guy feels, then it becomes relatable and you enjoy it more.
When you are not on TV, what do you do?
When I'm not on TV, I spend a lot of time with my friends. So I have like a very good, connection with my friends. I go to Bloomberg a lot. I'm particularly always there. I'm always there because...
Do you have shares there?
No, I don't have shares there, but my friends started it, so I'm mostly always there. But I stopped going there, just before the corona started and stuff. So yeah, but I think when it ends out,
has COVID affected your work in any way and your relationship?
I think COVID has affected sports in many ways, but it has not stopped my work. I think that it has given us even more work to do. Because then your employers are now looking at you to provide something. This is where you go into your very deep self to try to bring out stories that people are not looking at. So I mean, if you look at the media landscape now, it's like a competition of who can show us what they can do.
People see you on TV and they see Kawawa, serious, but they don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know me. They don't know that. They don't know that I'm.
They don't know that.
So I think that a lot of times when people see me in town, they're always surprised. They tend to ask me, "Are you the same guy on TV?" Because they don't get the difference, and I feel like TV doesn't have to change anybody.
Right.
The fact that you're on TV doesn't have to change you, and I don't like the present state of journalism where journalists think that they are stars. You are not a celebrity because you're a journalist. You are just a journalist. That's who you are. You are not an actress. You are not a musician. I mean, people know you. You're popular, but it doesn't make you a celebrity. I think that when journalists start to think of themselves as celebrities, then they begin to make the stories they do about
themselves, yes.
And the story does not have to be about you. It has to be about the person you're projecting, the person you're talking about, and that sort of thing. So I don't see myself as a celebrity at all. When I go to Bloomberg, that I've said, I dance, I mess around with my friends. Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to.
You love girls.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, So you need to live your life normally. I get out of my house, I walk to my junction, I get into a trotro and I go to work. Usually when people see me in the trotro, they turn and they're like, "Hey, you're not OT this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am, but I mean, I don't have to elevate myself to a certain way because I'm on TV. I mean, you see, the last time I was telling somebody that the only difference between me as a TV presenter and someone who reads Bible in church is that the audience is bigger.
Yeah. Right.
Do you get it? So I just have a larger audience than the guy who's reading the Bible in church. Why don't you see the guy who reads the Bible in church as a celebrity? Journalism
doesn't make you a celebrity. On that note, we take a breather. When we come back, we have Word of the Day. This is Badu's Unscripted. Welcome back. If you just joined, you are watching Badu's Unscripted, the most exciting entertainment show you can find in Ghana. We are going places. And I have with me Yao Ofosu Larbi. Yao, what is your word for the day?
Word for the day?
Yes, word for the day.
I think I'll have to look at my phone to do that. So word for the day today is why is that a difficult word to mention? It's colloquy. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you are teaching me.
I'm teaching you. Okay, so the word of the word of the day today is colloquy. So colloquy.
Okay.
Say it after me.
Colloquy.
Yeah, that's what it is. The definition is that it's either you're having a conversation or a dialogue. So like what we are doing now is a colloquy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the word for today.
Unscripted colloquy.
Unscripted colloquy. It's not a discussion. Don't call it a discussion. Unscripted colloquy. That's what it is. And it's also a serious high-level discussion. So I mean, if you meet anybody that you revere, a very serious person, you can have a colloquy with that person. That's what it is.
When next you see some people having a serious or a high-level conversation, they are having a colloquy.
Yeah, but I mean, a high-level conversation could be anything.
Yes,
I mean, it could
that's high-level conversation. Serious.
It's high-level conversation. Like when my friends and I are discussing the best fufu joints in Accra, that's our high-level conversation.
I'm on for. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're still watching Badu's Unscripted. It's time for the big question and the big answer.
Don't worry.
I'm
ready. Yeah, first off.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? I think if my mother is watching and I say anything apart from jollof, she'll be angry. So it's jollof. Mommy is jollof.
How do you prepare jollof?
Well, right now there's jollof mix, so it's not difficult.
Tell us.
Oh, you put the onions and the oil, and then you put the jollof mix, then rice, then you move. I mean, previously when there was no jollof mix, you have to make actual stew,
yes,
which is like a waste of time. Like, how do you want me to stand there and make stew and blend tomatoes? Why? No, I can't. So jollof mix, and quickly, then you do that.
Movies, music, comedy.
That's a hard one. Music.
Any favorites?
I have a lot of favorites. I think we'll see besides like the best band ever, ever from Ghana, Nana Pedu himself. I think the late Kofi B was someone who, made me love high life a lot. Daddy Lumba is one, Oforian Ponsan is one. I think most recently, Sarkodie is someone who has, taken Ghana music to a really high level, so Sarkodie, of course. I enjoy songs from Stonebwoy, Shatawale and everything, but I mean, it's just that I won't particularly, sit down in my room and say I'm listening to Shatawale, unless of course the song is Bojo. That's the only song from Shatawale that I can personally listen to, if I'm alone. Okay. But when I go out, I'll dance to all the other songs. But if I'm alone, I'll listen to just Bojo.
Who would you rather? So you have to choose one. If you mix this, you have options. Yeah. Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, Miley Cyrus.
Kim Kardashian.
Why Kim?
I like her personality, I like people who do not make their past define them, and Kim is like an embodiment of that. She's had a very lewd past.
Are you backside or front side?
I mean, whichever side, man. Yeah, but I mean, Kim has had a really lewd past, but she's been able to overcome it. Now she's a billionaire, doing extremely well, which is but
Yvonne Okoro, Nadia, and Jackie Appiah.
Oh, I love Yvonne Okoro. I mean, the only Yvonne Okoro. I mean, come on.
So,
if it was 15 years ago, I'd have said Jackie, but I think I'm over that Jackie crash now.
If you had done call Mrs. Rollins, Konedu Ajimai, Rollins, and Oyelita. Oyelita. Yeah. Why?
I think she's me, and I love gender-related issues. About bigging women up and sort of making women realize how much of an important role they play in our society. And I think Oyelita has done that extremely well. From the gender ministry, always being a gender advocate and that sort of thing. I think there's a lot we need to change in our society when it comes to the way people see women.
Right.
If I have a chance to spend a day, it should be Oyelita. Just because I would have an opportunity to have like a conversation over how we can improve, gender advocacy in Ghana.
Beer, wine, spirits, or fruit juice?
Fruit juice is definitely out. So beer, wine, spirits.
Wow.
Beer.
Yeah,
beer. It gives pot bellies, but I mean, I think that's, it's still good. I mean, after a very long day, if you have like a very chilled club beer in front of you,
correct.
It makes you forget your worries for about 15 minutes.
Right. You have 15 seconds to run a commentary.
Who has a timer?
I have.
I don't want to go beyond 15 seconds.
I have.
So you're welcome to the Baba Yara Stadium. It's a fine Sunday afternoon. The weather really good for association football. It's Accra Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Hearts of Oak, long rivals of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And in the past 5 matches, have won all the games they've played at the Bavaria Stadium. Kumasi Asante Kotoko will be looking to overturn that, and it's a really, really huge opportunity for them to do that. Let me run you through the first 11 for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Goalkeeper Felix Annan is in post. There's Emmanuel Jemfi on the right wing, and as you know, Sonia Yakuba is up front for Asante Kotoko. For Accra Hearts of Oak, there is no...
And you say you should give it a try. You know, I like Peter Drury.
I love Peter Drury too. And somewhere in January when Nana Banamwa interviewed Peter Drury, I did the production for for that interview. I mean, I you know the relationship I have with Nanaba, yeah. So I did the production.
Is she your sugar mommy?
Oh no, she's not. She's not.
Who's Nanaba to you?
When I was looking for a job back then, I mean, you know that tree proverb that says that and I'm yeah. So she was my tree.
Okay.
That's just what I have to say, because I mean she practically just held my hand and put me there, and then made sure that I was going to thrive in there, because you know how difficult it is to do journalism in Ghana. Yeah, I finished university when I was 21, which was like a huge deal for me, because I mean at 21 I wasn't particularly all there. I did my national service at GBC. And when I finished doing my national service, there was nothing for me to do. A 22-year-old boy who did not have a history of doing journalism. I didn't have any training of doing journalism, but for the training I had at GBC. So that opportunity that she gave me is the reason why I am always going to sit anywhere and give her my praise.
And there isn't any reason for you not to show appreciation.
Lately, people don't show appreciation.
Yes.
And that's the reason why people don't help people.
It is very important to show appreciation to whoever gave you a helping hand. On that note, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we have Singalong. Welcome back. You're still watching Badu's Unscripted. Yes, and I still have with me Yao Ofosu Larbi. Yao,
yeah.
What's your favorite song?
Akun.
Akun.
Yeah, Akun. Akun.
Why Obrafo?
Oh, so Obrafo was like a huge part of my childhood. So I mean I don't play with Obrafo at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Obrafo's Paimuka album was one of the first albums that I actually bought in my money. So
wow.
Yeah, I bought the cassette, and then that one when you are rewinding, you have to use the pencil. Yeah.
Let's go.
So we do and so dear, and now touch my cold do muachi. Patapa semti na adwene aye ne said ye nkwada bi bonite sunti du ya ne de beba o na de nam ne so beba ne de
Onye
unim papa unim bone me no bi nchira kwada nyame adwuma iti senya san kwatu ye kona adwene ye nkona brane opani mi bie mate ate atraso ye se mente mate ubo mi di na rap so phone ka ho a ete said ye wasaka koma na wantwam etire bi so etire bi anso ne adwene ye dem brafo baako pe ko die mu ahwehwe won kika de mo pe enye honko na mehwe me ye de me.
And that is how we draw curtains. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media handles at Badu's Unscripted. Yao, yeah. It's been a pleasure having you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I've had fun on the show. I think it's a really good show. You should keep on. Please subscribe. Badu's Unscripted. Please subscribe. The button down there, the red one. Hit it. Tell your friend to hit it. Call your brother. If your mother doesn't have a Gmail account, open one for her and hit it. Please.
Thank you very much. And a special thanks going out to Liran Collections and Portia Splash for styling me. My name is Dora Badu Owusu Aduma. Until we meet again, same time next week. Please don't forget to love, live, and smile. Have fun. See ya.